Hey everybody, welcome back. We at it again out here. Let me tell you, it's been a lot of decision making, a lot of contemplating, a lot of things have gone on. Last time last video posted on here was about that 350 that turned into a 305, and I wasn't sure whether I was going to build a motor or buy one that was already built. And it turned out that I kind of settled on both. Picked up this motor the other day. I really like it. It's a 4-bolt main 350. It's 30 over. It's I don't tell you everything about it, but it's like I said, it's 30 over. He was running on a stock set of heads with heavy duty springs, or some different kind of some heavier duty spring than what was stock. He was running on this on a stock 400 head, and it was a very short time. I mean, he said I was just had it running until he was getting ready to get a new set of heads for it and everything. And it's got a small cam in it. It's got a small cam, and it came with roller rockers. So what I'm doing, I've got my own cam. I'm pulling this one out. I'm taking my competition cam and putting it in this motor, putting the double roller timing chain back on here, get all this tightened up. I'm taking the Elderbrock heads and putting them on this motor. That ought to really open it up. And I'm still not sure of manifold carburetor yet, but I'm thinking. I got a couple Elderbrock manifolds here, but we'll see how that goes. Already got some ideas. Just got one of these what do they call them? Tin can oil pan. It's got a 7-quart Meloso. 7-quart Meloden high volume oil pump on top of that. Let's see, what else does this thing have? It is fresh. Pretty fresh motor. It ought to really do something when I put the heads on it and that cam in it. Shouldn't take me long to do it. I've been cleaning stuff up. Cleaning things up, getting them ready. Pulleys, everything else. Can't guarantee take me no more than a day to get this thing in the truck once I get this motor done. Like, all I'm waiting on right now is going up to the hardware store and getting some bolts for it to go on engine hoist. So I can get up on there and I can take this heads off. And when I take the heads off, it's on after that, because the cam's going to come right out. And I've got one to go right in. So I got to get some assembly lube. I got to get some things. Anyway, I think we're in the right direction here. We're going to make it Ocean City this year? No, I'm not going to make it Ocean City this year. It'd be nice to make it in the springtime, but that's probably about the time after winter I'll be finishing this thing up, buttoning it up. If I can get the motor back in here the next week or so. I think the only thing I'm waiting on is I need to get a water pump, and I need to figure out what size push rods I need to run in this. We're going to find out. And then other than that, probably going to get a new radiator, get a trans cooler so I can separate those two. I'm going to put in probably new trans lines in there, running to it, and button up some things when I put this all back together. Make it right. I got the tachometer hooked back up. It's got the oil pressure gauge, and it's got the water temperature gauge, and those things all need to be taken out, cleaned up, put back. Yep. And that's what I've been doing. Like I said, been working. This is pretty neat because it's gold. I'll put that back on there with the double roller timing chain. We're gonna let it fly because that thing's like brand new. It's like brand new. I'm telling you. This motor did not get run much. It just rode it around a little bit, testing it. I think it's good. What do you think? Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think. We're not going to be far from getting this thing together. I'm going to paint a Chevrolet orange. There's going to be a few details here and there. I'm just not sure what they are yet. Stay tuned. Woo boy. Welcome back. On today's episode, we are going to discuss a few things about the truck. Last I left, the motor, I was not going to use it. Good running motor, wasn't going to use it. I pulled it out. Literally pulled it. Left the transmission in the truck, didn't feel like pulling all that. I'll just put it all back together when it's time. But I needed a motor, and I was either going to build a motor, or I was going to buy a motor that was either built or almost built. Looking around, see what you can find. Machine shops are high these days. Parts are high. So he hauled around for a couple weeks talking back and forth with a couple people, and I settled on this one right here, which was a Chevrolet 350 30 over. It's 355. The crank's been done. It's stock crank, stock rods, oversized pistons. They're flat tops. I have all the parts ready to go into it. The only thing I don't have right now is a water pump yet. I'm still deciding on the short or the long. I really don't know the difference. It just needs to work. It's got a brand new Melling high flow oil pump on it. I've cleaned it up. I've went in everything that I could go into and check, and everything looks pretty. It has been run very little, but the difference is now when I got it, it came with a set of 400 heads. This is the back side of them right here. The 400 heads. They had been redone before they went on here. They got new springs and all that into them. Really nice heads, but they're stock. Nothing special. So when he rebuilt this motor, he did not put a good set of heads on or anything else. He got it running and put it in the car for a little while, and then as a while he was building another motor for the car. Then he pulled it back out. He took his manifold and everything off and put on the motor his 383 that he was building. And this is what I got a hold of, the 355. So I'm good. I'm gonna put my Edelbrock heads on here, my Edelbrock intake, and it's got a competition cam going in it. I'm just looking all over the place trying to find me some assembly lube or assembly grease. Can't find nothing to AutoZone or Advance. Guess I had to order it. Maybe I'll check Napa first thing tomorrow and see how it goes from there. Like I said, Chevy 355. I'm in the first coat of painting it. I've got like 2 or 3 coats of primer all over. It's been clean. It was clean when I got it. It had been driven very little. Everything looks great. All the wear and tear on everything looks great. But the thing is, I got the roll rockers, I got the heads and everything. It ought to really wake this car up. Or this motor, I'm sorry. It ought to really wake it up. It'll be a lot of fun. That's first coat of orange. I'm going to put one down the side here, one down the side there. Got to do some yard work for the wife. Let them dry really good. Pretty amazed how well that orange paint comes out. I'm barely used any of it. And I got that. It almost looks like it's completely painted. Beautiful. But anyway, it's not. But this is some good stuff right here. I got it at Advanced Auto. But anyway, back to this. This is what we got going on. Next, I'm going to go ahead and paint this. And when I'm done, I'll show you how it looks with everything painted. It is upside down. You can see the crank and all. And we'll see how it goes. Whoo, boy. Busy. Just an update where we're at right now and where we're going to be starting from here in a little bit. I'm going to install my cam. Earlier today, I threw one last coat of orange paint on the block. Last coat. It's pretty. I've got the pulleys painted. I've got the timing chain cover painted. I've got going up to get a water pump. I've got the oil pan painted. I'm not painting the heads because they're aluminum. But I did find me a really good pair of brand new chrome Mr. Gasket, old school Mr. Gasket, small block Chevrolet valve covers, still wrapped up in the plastic, still in the Mr. Gasket box. Found them real cheap. I'm going to pick them up tomorrow. They're going to look really good on here. So far, the only thing I'm lacking on this motor is the water pump. And when I put the heads on and get ready to adjust all that stuff out, I need to figure out what size push rods I'm going to need. Other than that, I have all the gaskets. I have all the parts to put this thing together, to get it back in the truck and get it running. Sure do. Not far from it. Like I said, everything, this was a small performance cam that was in it, the guy put in it. I'm going to take that and put that in my 305. The heads are really good, 400 heads, I'm told. It looked pretty clean. He had new springs and everything installed. I'll just show you what these look up here. Saw this? This is the other side of them. This is the other one. Real nice, real nice. So the only problem that was wrong with my 305, I just uncovered it this morning so I could move it. My 305 was the valve seals were really bad and they leaked oil. Every time I started it up, it just smoked. It would stop. Sometimes when I was sitting somewhere for a little while, it starts smoking again a little bit. Valve seals are bad. Up under the valve covers of that motor, it was real gunky, real dirty. But I guarantee it, it's because from setting for so long. The motor only had 56,000 miles on it. So that motor right there, I'm going to put that camshaft into that motor. I'm going to put those heads on that motor. That's a good running 305. And other little trick things I can find here and there. I got a new timing chain for it. All new gaskets I'll have to get. Hey, I have a backup, right? So with the cam, roller rockers, nice set of heads on there, nice 4-barrel manifold. Ought to run pretty good, you know, for just a 305. I was thinking about putting in my Sonoma. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. It's been a project. This 1986 Chevrolet C10 has been a project from day one. I've had to fix things from the day I drove it home. I had to stop and replace hoses on it. The heater hose blew on it on the way home. Yeah, it's been every time I turn around. But pretty soon everything will be like new. And hopefully we can go from there. It's a whole lot easier replacing new stuff than it is this old stuff that you can't even get the bolts, the nuts to turn or nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to put this with the other video I made the other day. Let you know. I've been thinking about putting the cam in tonight. Kind of nervous about it. It's my first time. I think it's like a big step, and I just think I'm looking at everything, trying to make sure I got everything right, trying to make sure I don't miss nothing before I do this. This stuff is kind of permanent, you know what I mean? Once I put it in there, put a whole motor back together, I hope it's right. Between videos on YouTube and people I know, I'm gonna you know, get this right. I watched enough videos of building motors to think I could actually build one. If everything was right, I think I could put one together. We're going to find out with the 305 because I'm going to take it apart, check the bearings, stuff like that, and basically do everything to it, put it all back together again. Okay, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.